Hi, Bob Long, LADC here in the state of Oklahoma. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about coping skills. It's kind of interesting because sometimes when I ask a client, can you tell me the purpose of a coping skill, they give me this deer in the headlight look. And the way I look at it is if you can't explain something to maybe a 7 or 8 year old child, you don't understand it yourself. Basically, a coping skill is something that's going to distract you, stop your thinking, that you're ruminating on something, and it's going to help you focus on something that's not going to steal your happiness. You can use coping skills for depression, anxiety, stress. You can use them for substance abuse, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. How many coping skills do you have to have? I don't know. Are all coping skills created equal? No. I will tell you this, in Oklahoma, the first time I asked one of my clients, hey, listen, give me one of your coping skills, invariably they're going to say, I like to go fishing. Okay, fantastic, I do too, but let's think about that. If you're driving on the highway and you start getting cravings, are you really going to be carrying around a fishing pole and some worms and tackle in your trunk? Okay, well, in Oklahoma you might be. Okay, but anyway, yeah, sorry about that. And then are you going to pull over or get out of your car, get your stuff out of the trunk, and then go jump a fence and get on somebody's private property and try to catch a fish? Doubtful. Okay, so that's an enjoyment thing. Now maybe it is something that'll take your mind off of things if you have a weekend or something. But many times people, especially with substance abuse issues, have married their drinking with their fishing. So if they've married those two things together in their head, when they go to fish, what's going to happen is they're going to get triggered to want to drink. Well, then it's not really much of a coping skill, is it? So just give you a couple of good coping skills. I tell some of my patients, music is a great one. Get some tunes that you like, crank them up, and start singing along with them. If you're the only one in the car, crank it real loud and sing. I like Queen, so I guarantee you if I'm having some issues, I'm going to sing some Queen. By the time I get through, another one bites the dust, We Are the Champions, Bohemian Rhapsody, maybe a couple others. I'm feeling pretty good, and whatever was bothering me is behind me. Now, I can't always start singing, especially in certain situations. You can imagine places where you couldn't sing. So another basically thought-stopping coping skill might be to memorize something. Now, many people will memorize scripture. I had one person tell me, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in that fairy tale, why would I want to memorize scripture? And I said, well, okay, fine. That's fine. I respect that. Disagree with it, but respect it. If that's the situation, then go get a Betty Crocker cookbook and start memorizing the ingredients to maybe how to bake a cake that you would like to eat. How many eggs, how many cups of flour, how many of this, how many of that. What do you preheat the oven to? How long do you cook it? Try to memorize something, because when you're memorizing something, you're actually utilizing the brain in a different way than just reading something. You're kind of overriding the brain a little bit. All right, and I also said maybe you don't believe in God, but I bet you do believe in eating. Do you need to have like 100 different coping skills? No, you don't. 2 or 3 probably get it. I'm kind of reminded by Bruce Lee. I almost said Bruce Willis, okay? But Bruce Lee, he has a famous quote out there. He says, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." Why does that remind me of that? Because very simply put, you can have all the coping skills, but if you haven't practiced them, you're not going to employ them. If you only have one coping skill and you have practiced it and practiced it and practiced it until it is second nature, you got it. I was in the Army. If my M16 jammed, I pulled sports, slap, pull, observe, release, tap, shoot. And I got out of the Army long time ago, but I still have it here. I'm not saying it's a coping skill, although I do like group therapy. Anyway, sorry, bad pun. Y'all have a great day. Find a coping skill, practice it, get good at it, and have a great life. Thank you.